So
Oh,
by healing some of these problems and diagnosing them and healing them, I dropped 40 pounds. My hair, skin, and nails improved. I no longer needed hip replacement surgery. I no longer needed drugs to sleep at night. My eyesight has improved. I wound up going surfing to celebrate my 60th birthday. With no surgery, no drugs.
Audio Jungle.
hello and welcome to Business Focus, produced by the Greater Reston Chamber of Commerce. My name is Angela Inzarello with Impact Business Solutions, and I'm privileged to be your host as we highlight the great work our local businesses are doing. Well, welcome to the show. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. And for all my avid subscribers, you're welcome as well. We've got an exciting show for you today, so make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, all those wonderful things. So yes, we are on health and wellness talk today. I'm so excited to have Donna Figueroa here. She is the founder and nurse practitioner for, make sure I get this right, Midlife Midwife Functional Health. Donna, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, well, the whole midlife thing. It's just like, and we're going to talk all about this, ladies and gentlemen. I was thinking about this as a lady show, but then I was like, oh no, this is for men too.
Yes.
So listen up, boys.
Yeah. Men go through midlife too, and I no longer deliver babies. I now deliver health transformation. It's not only for women.
Oh, see, there you go. We're starting it off.
Everyone needs a midwife.
Perfect. And a few of us need a transformation. But anyway, welcome. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Welcome also. Donna is a new member of the Reston Chamber. So good for you on that. Believe me, I heard your name long before you even knew who I was. Because so many people were talking about you and raving about Donna. So I was excited when Alice introduced you. And then you came aboard just recently. So welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a great experience.
So much, we're going to talk about that later too. So you're another great story, right, of starting your own business. So why don't you share a little bit about your history and kind of how you started Midlife Midwife Functional Health? Because I want to get into that functional health thing, because this is like been talked about so much and I don't understand any of it. So you're going to help us with that today, right?
Yeah, of course. It's where it's at.
Excellent. All right, go for it, Donna.
So I am a board certified nurse midwife and a licensed nurse practitioner. Been working in healthcare for about 15 years now. And I did catch my 40 babies that I needed to when I was in school, midwifery school, so that I could become board certified, and promptly decided that I never wanted to work in a hospital again as long as I lived. So I kind of left that behind. I loved delivering babies. I loved working with the mamas in labor, but the hospitals just weren't for me. And so I stuck to the clinic, and I spent about 10 years first as an RN and then as a nurse practitioner, seeing women, mostly women, but men also, because I've worked in reproductive and sexual health in some of my clinics, and almost always community health. So I see the whole family, men, women, children. I've specialized in all kinds of things, reproductive health, gender transformation. So I've worked a lot with hormones in many capacities, and women throughout prenatal, postpartum. Even though I wasn't catching their babies, I often worked with women with low resource sources or women that were undocumented, and I did all but deliver their baby for them. And it was great because I was part of the education for them, to get them to prepare for their birth and then help them afterwards with their recovery. And I felt just part of their whole journey. And I've always loved that. But when I realized quickly on that our healthcare system is a broken one. And that I was really, as much as I loved to and wanted to help people get better, I really wasn't helping them heal. I was more helping them manage chronic conditions or treat symptoms with a medication. You have an infection, you get an antibiotic. You have high blood pressure, you get a blood pressure med. You have high cholesterol, you get a cholesterol med. Diabetes, you get a medication. We weren't really teaching patients what caused their problems or what they could do to make them better. And I always thought that we fell short. So when it really hit me most was when I hit perimenopause and couldn't find my way out.
What age was that?
I was in my early 50s at the time. And I was a mess. I was 40 pounds overweight. All my joints ached. I had to take pain medication to go to sleep at night. My hair, skin, and nails were a wreck. My eyesight was failing. I was told I needed double hip replacement surgery. I used to sit on a bench in the mall and cry while my husband and son walked around the mall because I just couldn't even move. I was just
pain.
completely, unhealthy, really. And I watched my mom pass away early in life, right around menopause time, because she didn't take care of herself. And I saw myself going down the same path. And I thought, I am not going to go down this path,
And none of this is planned. This just is life, right? It
It's
just
life, right?
happens,
Right.
before
And
you know it. Am I right? It's like, oh, it's just 5 pounds. Oh, it's 10 pounds. And like you
yeah,
said before, and
right.
then
It
it gets
hits you like
harder.
that. And
Yeah.
I think our healthcare practitioners, and I've been there. I mean, in medical school and in nursing school, we don't learn really how to deal with this. They don't know. They're not taught. I don't want to
Right.
lay blame on them specifically, but I wasn't getting any help from my primary care, not from my gynecologist, not from whoever I asked. I was just kind of told, suck it up, buttercup. It's life. You are perimenopausal. You'll soon be postmenopausal, and get
Yeah.
used to it because
It
bid
is what it
farewell to
is.
your hormones and, whatever. And it just didn't sit with me well. And I knew I had to find a different way out. And I found my way into functional medicine. And I'll tell you more about what it actually is in a minute. But I worked with a chiropractic nurse practitioner who practiced functionally. And she helped me in
Okay.
so many ways. First of all, she injected stem cells in my hips instead of surgery. Second of all, she helped me identify food sensitivities and inflammatory foods that I was eating, that I had a toxicity to heavy metals, on and on. We slowly started putting the pieces together of what was really pushing me. It wasn't just the perimenopause, it's that when we hit perimenopause, we're already over the edge. So that
Right.
loss of hormones is just the last straw on the camel's back.
Oh,
So by
interesting.
healing
Okay.
some of these problems and diagnosing them and healing them, I dropped 40 pounds. My hair, skin, and nails improved. I no longer needed hip replacement surgery. I no longer needed drugs to sleep at night. My eyesight has improved, and I mean, I wound up going surfing to celebrate my 60th birthday.
Yay.
And yay!
Yay.
With
No,
no
seriously, that's a
surgery,
great story.
no
You're
drugs.
60? Oh, wow. You look great.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that was a
you look
couple
great.
years ago now. So, and I've done a lot of blood work, and I've discovered that I actually set my biological clock back by 14 years. So
Wow.
yeah. So,
That is
and that's
amazing.
just from all the healing and from fixing my body, and I look like a completely different person. If you go on my website, which we'll give you information to later,
Yeah.
you can see my transition, and it's real. I've had people that thought that I had stock photos up there and it wasn't really me, but it is really me, I promise.
A true transformation. Yeah,
Yeah, true transformation.
absolutely.
And I
Yeah.
decided, I really want to dedicate my career to this. This is why I got into healthcare, to help people become healthy, not to manage chronic conditions.
Yeah.
I want to help other people go through this transformation and heal their bodies,
Yeah.
really, not just figuratively. And I want them to live longer, healthier lives and be happy and full of vitality, and not just crawl over the finish line when we get to be 80 or 90, but to actually, sail through or surf through or skateboard through, or however you want to get over that line. But, walk the cobblestone streets of Europe, or whatever you want to do, you can do it as we age, because we don't have to be a victim to this, unhealthy lifestyle and a poor medical system that is not addressing our concerns. So,
Donna, what percentage of it is actually mindset? Because you just seem like a different person with your intention to make this change, but physically is the biggest part. It sounds like to me.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a good attitude. You have to want to change. You have
Right.
to
It's not a
participate
miracle,
in
like
this. It's not
suddenly.
a
Yeah.
miracle. I can't fix anyone or change anyone. And I tell my patients that all the time. When I have patients who do a consult with me, the first thing I say is, I just had a consult the other day, and I didn't want to take her money until I said, who are you doing this for?
Right.
Because she really wanted to do it for her husband and her children. And I said, I don't want to work with you. I said,
Yeah.
because if you're not doing this for yourself, it's not going to work. And you're just going to get frustrated and angry with me. And you're going to be mad that you spent the money.
Right.
And we continued to have a conversation. And she realized that she did want to do it for herself, and she wound up signing on. But I make it very, very clear that you have to want to do this for yourself. You have to see the value in it. You have to want to invest in yourself, and you
Right.
have to see that you're going down a poor path, down a trajectory that if you don't change this, there's nothing good coming ahead, that eventually you're going to have some kind of chronic illness, or maybe two or three, or get something like an autoimmune condition or a cancer. And it's going to be very hard to dig out of that hole. So you got to do it when right when you realize you need to do it. You just need to start on the path. And the beauty about what I do is I make sure that you're not alone when you're doing it. I've
I was
created
just
a
going to say that. I was just going to say it's so
program.
hard to do it
Yeah,
alone.
it's a package so that you can't go wrong. If you're doing the right things for yourself and you follow my guidance, you won't fail. I won't let you fail, first of all, because I just won't let you fail. I don't give up on anybody. I don't.
Well, you didn't give
And
up on yourself. That's first, but
yeah,
then seeing how you were
no,
able to do it, and I'm sure it wasn't
absolutely.
easy, and people are going to do it. They can't do it on their own and
Exactly.
succeed. It's really,
Exactly.
really hard.
So
Well, first of all, you don't know what to do. So there's accountability. There's the process,
yes.
right? So there's the understanding what it's all about. And then of course it's all about, helping me get through it. So there's so many steps, and then holding me accountable. So many
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah. So you need, before I even put my program together, because it is kind of a package, the idea, I'll work with
Share more
people
about that. Yeah.
for a short term if they want to just check labs or something. I mean, I'll do that, but it's not ideally what
Right.
I specialize in. I specialize in a health transformation, which doesn't happen overnight. We don't fall down the hole overnight. Getting out of it isn't overnight either. So I put together these packages that are several months long, and it requires a commitment.
Yep.
And before I put together what I put together, I studied what transformation is a little bit, because I knew I have to create a program that allows people to transform. What makes people transform? And I discovered by, doing some research that we need four things basically for transformation to be successful. You need to have a purpose, which means you have to have the goal, and you have to be doing it for yourself. Like I mentioned before, you can't be doing it. The purpose can't be because my husband wants me to do it.
Yeah.
The purpose has to be, I'm doing this for myself. This is what I want. And you have to have a goal. You have to have high stakes. So you got to have some skin in the game, whether it's what you pay for it because the money is a concerning to you, or whether it's the fact that you just got diagnosed with cancer and you are against the gun because you got a poor prognosis and you're like, I want to fix this. That's high stakes. High stakes can come in many forms, but you have to have some skin in the game.
Yeah.
If someone else pays for it for you and you're just like, you don't have skin in the game.
Or if
You've
it's
got to
free,
have
or
a container,
totally
right? You have
get
to,
it.
you have to know there's a time frame there, that there's a container, that there's an end in sight. It's not, that, okay, this is a 5-month program or this is a 3-month program. I know that in 3 months or 5 months or whatever we determine is right for you, that I'm going to start to feel better. I'm going to start to look better. I'm going to start to act better.
Yeah.
So when you have that container, and then the fourth thing is human contact. No one really wants to or can do this successfully alone. I found my little chiropractic nurse practitioner, and I started getting into functional medicine communities, and that became kind of my community. But I've created a community for my patients. We have our own community, and it's amazing. We have weekly coaching calls that just for my community. Inside my patient portal, there's a little mini Facebook group, like a social media group, and it's inside the patient portal, so it's safe and secure, and it's just the people in the community. And then they can text with me. My patients all have a way to text me 24/7. So that never ends. And so that the I don't want to call it really hand holding, but the guidance is there.
Support,
as much or as little as you want or need. You can't fail because there's people to hold you up. We all share challenges, we all share goals, we celebrate together, we commiserate together, we help each other get through the tough times, and we celebrate the wins. And so it's just an amazing community, and it works.
And we say the same thing, find yourself a mentor, somebody who's been through it, right? So that they can show you the shorter path to success, which is what you've got. So you treat men, women of all ages?
I do. I market primarily to women. And that's my
sure.
The warm part in my heart, because I've always been a women's healthcare practitioner. But like I said, I've worked with men my whole career in healthcare. And, my women, when they do so well and succeed at my program, they want to share it. And they bring me their husbands and their sons and their brothers and their fathers and everyone else they know. So I wind up working with plenty of men, and they love it. I'm a licensed practitioner, so I am licensed for prescribing. So if and when patients need hormones or antibiotics or anything they could possibly need, I can prescribe it. So I do testosterone replacement therapy for men when it's indicated, and can provide all of the services. Really, it doesn't matter, man, woman. The hormone names change a little bit. We all have the same hormones, but we just have them in different ratios. But it's all the same, really. It's just a human body.
So once you understand what the amount they have, so it's blood work. So the process is, let's understand what your, personal makeup is, and then go from there to just whatever diagnose.
Right. And that's exactly what functional medicine is, which we said we'd talk a little more about. And it's a personalized medicine, really, where we, full evaluation, full analysis. We use labs and other diagnostic modalities to figure out the root cause. We get to the root cause of symptoms and dysfunction and fix them, instead of just throwing a medication at a symptom, and managing something chronic. We fix it so that it goes away for good, and it stops haunting you, and you don't have to be on medications for the rest of your life. And we believe in the body's natural ability to heal itself when it's given the right environment and the right supplements and the right modalities and protocols that are in harmony with the being. So it's very customized. What's good for Donna isn't necessarily good for Angela. And it's all based on what's going on in your body. Is your thyroid struggling? Are your adrenal glands off? There's a lot to look at and think about.
And that's true science. So you take blood work, and then you can make all these. Or is
absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about your consult. You're sitting down with me, and you'll do a series of. Well, maybe you first sit down and say, "Hey, what? Like you said, who are you doing this for? What are you trying to accomplish?" Do most people come to you because they're feeling lethargic? Is it, like you said, weight gain, or what's you typically going through that someone stands up and says, "I need to do something"?
I think it's all kinds of things. I mean, sometimes with women, especially postmenopausal women, they're struggling with weight that they've put on in the past few years. They can't take off, months to years. They're chronically fatigued. They're stressed. Sometimes their hair's falling out. They're not sleeping well. They're not liking the way their hair, skin, and nails look. Things are more brittle, more dry, more showing lines and wrinkles and all kinds of things. But also I see GI distress. I see, people that can't stand, it's too hot, it's too cold. They've got problems with brain function, brain fog, all kinds of things. Or they got a diagnosis of osteoporosis. They're scared. They don't know what to do. They've heard the science on the medications that we use for osteoporosis, for instance. They don't want to take those medications. They want to know if there's a different route. But I think what they all have in common, no matter what their symptoms are, is that they're being failed by our traditional healthcare system. They're looking for something different. They're tired of being told that they're fine, that their labs look good, that they don't understand why they feel tired, or why, their doctors are telling them, I don't know why you feel tired. I don't know why you can't take the weight off. Your labs look fine. Like, maybe it's stress, maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's depression. And they get put on these SSRIs or anxiety and depression medications and they're talked into the fact that it's just in their head. And that's terrible.
And what else is people, it's been centuries of this, right? What else is people supposed to think? So this is wonderful for you to be here and to share, because the more that we can educate people on what's out there, right, the more that people can take a stand and kind of own at least own their own body, right?
Absolutely.
And get some additional information to make the right decision. Yes. I've seen so many, sorry, you're going to say something?
No, I was going to say, and a lot of times patients really want to get off their medication. They're like, this medication isn't helping me. I don't feel any better. I need to, I want to get off it. And they're looking for someone to validate and help them get off the medication and find a different way out. They're other
solutions.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, it's great that you're here to share kind of this educate, because I didn't know what functional medicine was. And I've been hearing more and more about it. And, recently, and, you're a new member of the chamber, and you probably have noticed more and more, at least I know I have, over the last few years, of the health and wellness space is really exploding, right? It's amazing the different levels of services out there and people that are taking better care of them and alternative ways. I'll put it that way. So what attracted you to the chamber other than Alice? We love Alice Shin, and the chamber is a great place, but yeah, share more about that, because, there's a few initiatives that you're engaged in. I just want to share briefly while we have you.
I'll be very honest, because I had zero intention of joining the chamber. I'll tell you that right up front. I was like,
Really?
I'm going to go to this meeting. Alice has been talking to me about the chamber, and I went to a couple lead share meetings, and I thought it was great, but it's I'm from Leesburg, and the chamber's in Reston.
Preston?
And
Yeah,
it's,
that's
it's a
fine.
little bit of a ways. And I was like, oh, it's in Reston. I'm going to be honest. I checked out the Loudon chamber and wasn't too
Sure,
happy
that's
with it.
okay. We love Loudon. They're good people
I
too.
love Loudon, but the chamber was not for me in Loudon. I went to several meetings and I tried, but it was a little too big. Yeah, I felt like I got lost in the fold there, and
Sure.
it didn't strike. It just didn't attract me in. So when Alice said, come to a chamber, and I went to a net night first with her, and I was like, wow, these people are like fun, and they're, it was, yeah, they're, everyone was kind of, it was chill out, it was wine,
Yeah, I
it was
know.
like happy hour. Yeah. And I thought, this is really nice. I met a lot of great people, and it was just so welcoming. People saw, I don't know what it said on my tag, guest or prospective member or
We
whatever
have
it
like
said.
the yellow badges for guests that are
Yeah.
non-members, yeah.
They would just come right up to me and say, oh, welcome. Everyone's just so welcoming and everything. And I thought, this is great. And then when Alice said, if you want to learn more, we're having this membership drive. It was like a membership
Prospective
meeting. They
members
had
breakfast, yeah.
prospective member. Yeah. And I think they had a special. It was like in June or something.
We did, yeah.
Meanwhile, she had mentioned to me about wanting to start a lead share. And I'd been exploring lead shares and BNIs because I thought I wanted to be part of one, but I really didn't find one I liked. I've been visiting them.
It's hard.
And you just,
Yep.
if you don't feel like you fit in, you don't want to invest in it,
100%.
And it's a lot. It's a big time commitment,
Yeah, I mean, I know there's money in a lot of those too, but
Yeah,
your time
yeah,
is a
forget the
huge
money. The
factor too.
time commitment.
Exactly.
I mean, as us business owners, time is more valuable than money,
Correct.
sometimes.
Absolutely.
And so, but when she mentioned starting a lead share, my ears kind of perked up, because I know Alice. Alice and I go way back, because I've used, she sells Beamer, and I've used the
Yes.
Beamer product since before I met Alice. So she was shocked when I met her at a presentation.
You knew about it.
I went up to her afterwards and said, I've been using Beamer for 4 years. And she was like, really?
Oh.
And so, we made fast friends. And so when she said, I'm trying to start a lead share focused on health and wellness, my ears perked up, and I said, okay, I'll come to the meeting, so I went to the membership meeting. Still, I was kind of thinking, I don't know if I want to spend the money. It's an investment.
Sure.
But I went to that meeting, and it was just amazing. The presentation was amazing. The people were amazing. Again, it was welcoming and chock full of
You couldn't refuse.
Yeah, and there was a whole bunch of perks. There was like all this, sign up today and you get all this free, and I love a good deal. And so I left there, signed up, and Alice was at the meeting. So I said to her, I'm only doing this if you promise me we're going to launch this lead share. I literally said that to her.
Yeah,
I said, I don't want to do this.
Oh, and she's been trying to, so having you help with the momentum was fantastic.
Yeah. So I told her, I was like, I'm only doing this if we do the lead share, because I don't want to be in a general lead share. I want to be in a health and wellness focused lead share. Yeah. And if we do this, I'm in. And so she said, I'm in. And we're going to start meeting in September. So crazy.
Yeah. So September is going to be really kind of health and wellness focused, right? So the chamber's got a couple things going on. So you guys are starting your lead share, which is going to be the first and third Tuesday of the month, right?
Yes.
So the first one's going to be
midday,
September 2nd, midday.
It'll
be on the website. Yeah, it'll be on the chamber website. So that's huge. Same kind of thing. You guys are going to have exclusive industry seats, correct? So
yes.
One chiropractor, one et cetera, et cetera. Yes. You guys will figure that out. So if you want to learn more, reach out to Donna, Alice Chen, or the chamber will have it on the website too. I think Tori's updating the website with that lead share details too. So that's great. And then I'm so excited you're going to get involved too. The Chamber has an annual health and wellness expo that we do in conjunction with our net night for September, which this year it is Tuesday the 23rd, so the fourth Tuesday of the month at
Already
the
bought my table.
Y. Oh, yay for you! Good for you, because they sell out. So I mean,
Yeah,
not
I
that we
grabbed
would,
one. Yeah.
yeah, smart, but it's great. It's like 28, 30 tables. It's over at the Y. They have it in the gym there, and it's a great evening of members. But it's integrated with the net night, so you get all of the traffic as well. We get all different types of health and wellness industries. So for people to get in touch with you, because of course now I need to do a consult. So how do I contact you and figure out this world of premenopause? What was it called? Perimenopause?
Perimenopause.
Whatever.
I'm happy to chat with anybody. No cost. You don't have to get a big consult. My basic consult is $295, and it includes bringing to me all like labs from your primary care. Just gives me an idea of what's going on and what you've been dealing with, and we can talk
Sure.
really in depth. So there's a cost to it because of my time to prepare. But
Of course.
I will chat with anybody on the phone or by text. All my contact information is on my website, which is midlifemidwifefh.com. And very easy. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube.
Oh, good. We'll put all that on there
place.
too. We'll put that on there too. So
Yeah.
and we'll help promote. So when this goes viral in a few weeks, we'll make sure everybody can find you. Well,
Yeah.
Donna, pleasure, absolute pleasure getting to know you. Thank you for being here today and sharing more about what you do and just this world of functional medicine. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm excited to tip my toe in and learn more.
Yeah, let me know when to book you in.
I will. I absolutely will. All right. It was great to see you, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so much.
And we look forward to seeing you on our next episode. Stay in touch with us for future episodes. Like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.